Keep those to a minimum. Anything else though, go ahead. Curse like a sailor. I don't care. Welcome
to the Tech Support Podcast.
To the 8th episode of an ambiguously broken iPhone podcast with
Johnny.
It looks kind of cool though.
Tyler, you can follow me on Twitter, Single Black Rose, and yeah, I'm trying to put that out.
Ad name?
No, that's my handle. If you type in Single Black Rose, I should pop up. If I don't, I'm gonna beat somebody up.
Why didn't you say your at? Because what if you change your handle?
Okay, my at name. Follow me at quiet.warrior. There you go.
I think there's an underscore at the end too.
All right,
continue. You already know who it is. It's Nelly.
What's up, man? It's your boy Smooth Kid Dre. Follow me on Twitter at DE_AN_DRE.
Now he looked up the handle to properly plug himself. And David, and today we have a guest, the lovely, the illustrious SiSi The Lyricist.
Oh my God!
Woo! Ow! Ow!
I want these celebrities that often.
What's up? Hello. Hi. I'm here.
Look, see, we got our clout up. We got celebrities on the podcast now. Alright, that one didn't hit. Alright, y'all. Tough crowd. How are we feeling this week? What's good? What's up? Any new music? Any new movies? Any new happenings? What's good with y'all?
What happened to me today?
I have nothing. Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston?
I have nothing. Whitney Houston.
I was like, what happened to her?
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
I don't have to remember to actually talk because people can't see my facial expression.
Like, I was about to be like,
He'd be over here raising an eyebrow. He'd be like, wait a minute, they can't hear that.
They can't hear that. I need a narrator.
I like Roddy Ricch, Big Stepper.
Ooh, that Roddy Ricch.
Even Young Boy dropped a new album.
He did?
An album!
Wow. I didn't even hear about that.
Oh,
you know, I haven't even looked at the new music.
Fantasia dropped the album.
She did?
And I haven't listened to it yet, but I vouch for Tasia.
let me go check that out.
I haven't listened to new music recently, but I did finish Big Mouth, and I have to say that show is weird as hell.
That's what we love.
I don't, like, at first I was thinking, like, oh, this is going to teach kids about their bodies. Now I'm thinking it's not for kids. It was never for kids, but it's definitely not for kids. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the purpose of it. So now it's just because it was, yeah, I got to watch it, but it was like a whole penis, a thing. It's weird when it's like, they're 7th graders, and they're talking about sex, and I'm just like, that's, like, very...
But that's what we did.
But yeah, but like, you know what?
Speak for yourself.
I had this conversation with February or somebody about the birds and the bees and whatnot. YK Osiris also released.
Oh yeah, Golden Child. Did anyone listen to that?
No. I just was going through the new releases for the week.
By who?
YK Osiris.
The what?
JT also
YK Osiris
has been released from the prison.
I don't know who that is.
You just gotta be worth it.
Oh God!
I didn't know.
You just gotta be worth it.
He was rapping off key. He was rapping off key because 860.
Yeah. He did the little Disney Channel special music video that dropped very recently. He did the whole little dancing in
the series.
Yeah, he had a whole little routine with his little like crew. I didn't watch the whole video, but from what I saw,
you didn't mean the actual Disney Channel.
The only dancing thing I seen was the guy on Twitter. The black guy dancing in the restaurant. The song, If We Just Kaylani.
Yeah, that's him. Oh. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. She's like, I just had to. I was really about to say, I think Kehlani was on the song too.
His last name is Cyrus?
YK Osiris.
Osiris.
Like Osiris.
Like the Egyptian god.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who sing like ghosts.
Very strange.
Not
Billie Eilish?
No. Hey, let me finish. Damn. Willow Smith and this other dude, Tyler something. They have a song called Overthinking It.
Top tier, apparently.
Interesting.
Narrating Tyler's action.
Thank you. We're gonna start doing that.
Did anyone actually listen to that Willow Smith album? I've been meaning to.
I listened to that one
Is it
song.
recent, or
I
is
have to
it-
listen to.
No, it's not. It's not recent, but it's like a couple weeks, maybe like a month or so.
I listened to it in the background one day. It was good background music. I don't know what it actually sounded like because it was in the background, but hey.
I'm bad at listening to new music. Like that's
Yeah.
like always like my my confession. Like because, like I like music, but like if I don't like stan you, if you're not like in my top 10, then I'm probably not gonna listen to your album until like 6 months after it drops. Sorry.
You'd be like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, in hindsight. And then also I don't
like.
like listening to stuff while everybody else is listening to it, because I feel like people be like listening to stuff just to speak on it for like clout purposes. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait.
It's like us.
You gotta let it marinate.
Yeah, like, let me wait.
Summer Walker's album. That's different. Summer Walker's album is still on repeat on my Spotify account.
I still have not heard it
I
at all.
I still need to listen.
I
to it.
definitely listened to it one time while I was cleaning up.
But I also have a slight with Shorty, so there's that.
Oh yeah, she did come for LA real hard.
Shit.
Wait,
She
what?
did. I saw
Y'all
that.
need to educate me on this. What happened?
Break it down.
There was this video on her Instagram story, I believe, that she put out, and she was in LA, which she be in LA, but she like dropped this video talking about. Oh no, or was it a tweet? It was
Yeah,
something.
it was a- I
Anyways,
think it was
yeah.
a tweet.
She said, anyways, that like LA is way too dirty and da 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 for people to be this bougie. Girl, what?
I'm like, she from
And
Atlanta.
talking about, I guess where the club she was at or wherever she was at, it was dirty. I don't know, but then like another LA DJ had like added her and was like, well, if you have a problem with LA being dirty and you want to help, then you could reach out to blah 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 blah, and people who are actually trying to do stuff for the city instead of just trying to reap the benefits and then talk shit. And I was like, exactly, period. Because don't come for us. We didn't send for you, boo. Go back.
Plus, I love something to death. I'm gonna go see her in concert when I go back home. But she from Atlanta, boo. That ain't clean. Atlanta about dirty too. Dead south. There we go. So we're going. And we're going to
dirty
segue.
Amen.
Right.
Speaking of things that are dirty,
Okay.
the reputation of the touring company that represented the late rapper Lil Peep, rest in peace, their reputation's about to get a little bit dirtier.
Woo.
Because Lil Peep's mother, Lisa Womack, is now suing the company
Not the full gun.
Oh no.
for being negligent, breaching contract, and causing wrongful death of her son, Lil Peep.
She better get that check.
How did they cause his death?
Her argument is that Peep was being controlled by Full Access Entertainment while on his final tour, and was being pushed from stage to stage, city to city, and was being provided with drugs when he knowingly had an addiction. This is her argument. And that she's saying that is reason for them to take some responsibility for his death.
Okay, I feel for her. She's a bit reaching.
If
You
she can
reach
prove
it,
that they
sis.
were supplying him drugs, though,
Yeah.
they can definitely go to jail for
They
that.
can go to jail. But I feel as though you knew they were doing it. Why didn't you?
How old was he?
Yeah,
He
was
was
like our
21.
age.
Oh,
This is the cute picture.
so he was grown.
Yeah. So,
This is true.
I don't know.
and she knew she had an addiction to drugs. You know.
How
the
well
claim
known
that-
was this fact? Like,
Very well known. That he had a drug problem?
yeah.
It was on Instagram, it was on every song, it was everywhere.
I knew it.
No, but like, I don't know. Like, isn't there like a
Like a
like, you know when people get
hotline?
like like when people like, you can say you have a drug problem or like an alcohol problem,
But is
like,
it really real?
like people get like diagnosed? Not diagnosed, not the right word.
Yeah.
But like
professionally looked at for like addiction and
yeah,
stuff
like
that.
was he like ever like getting
In rehab?
treated or like seen for it, or like was it just like people knew he needed to stop and they were trying to stop him or whatever?
That much is
Because-
not
Yeah,
known.
but that's gonna be a
Yeah,
problem
like that
for it.
brings context. Like, okay, like how much were people and the people around him actively and himself actively trying to
Because
reverse
the-
it. Yeah,
the defense
like-
can prove that
Because
this is not the
otherwise you
history of
can't
it.
just blame
You
that
know
on
what?
everyone else.
Yeah, you know what? And now that I think about it, you know, she probably was trying to help him, but she was like, probably too in the mix to just do something. It kind of reminds me.
It's kind of hard when he grown.
Of the Black Mirror episode. That's true. Well, he was 21. 21, pretty grown, but like, it reminds me of the Black Mirror episode, Ashley O, where her aunt kept like keep her on the damn psycho medicines and trying to control her and stuff. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what they were doing. I think that's what they were doing to these big celebrities. I think it's really true for like Britney Spears, whatever she got going on. I think they controlling her through.
I thought she's chill now.
Well, they probably gave her the right type of dope so she could stop talking. I don't know. Because
that's a whole rabbit hole.
Herself is a whole conspiracy.
What we're not gonna do is get into conspiracy theories on this podcast.
That's gonna save it for the conspiracy theory podcast.
Hilarious.
What week are we hitting that, guys?
Not even
10 something.
10
conspiracy.
Moving.
No, 13.
Are we gonna keep doing on every what's it called when it's like 10, 20, 30?
And that would be like 10. A special episode.
Yeah, it'd be like a special episode.
That means we got a special episode coming.
Yep, stay tuned.
Well, this issue also leads to another question, because if you have a social media account and follow any level of rappers, be it this generation or the last, you know that drugs have played a notable part in hip-hop culture. Do we feel that drug culture in hip-hop is an issue in itself?
Oof.
Sure.
Sure, you don't sound too confident. You said sure.
Sure means yes. People always say that. Sure means yes.
Thank you.
Maybe it's a Virgo thing, okay. But look.
Wait, say that again. I wasn't paying attention.
It's a Virgo thing.
Him or me or us?
What
everything. He looked away and just...
I'm sorry, I can't.
Is drug culture in hip-hop an issue in itself?
And what did you guys say?
Sure.
They said sure.
And then David said, you sound not sure about that. And then Sierra said, sure means yes. And I was just like, thank you, because I said sure.
I like that.
I'll explain. I'll elaborate. Okay. Sure, because, like, it's always been an epidemic. It's always been, like, in music. Like, but the drugs have just changed over the years.
This is true.
So it's like, yeah, everyone does drugs. Everyone copes in their own way. And, like, even if we're not talking about, like, drugs, or we're talking about, like, alcohol or cigarettes, like, everyone does drugs. End of story.
End of story.
I think, yes, drug culture is definitely prominent in music. Definitely because, that's what people go through, like SiSi.
Right.
Kind of, said. This is what people live. This is what they experience.
Yeah.
So, like, they're going to definitely write about and, like, make music that is going to relate to people. Because, like, it's not like Lil Pump. That's his Lil Peep.
Lil Peep. Put some respect on Lil Peep. He's not like these trash niggas.
How old is Lil Pump?
Whoa.
Okay,
Lil Pump is like, I think he just turned 18.
That's what I thought. I thought you said
Point being, I'm
21.
just saying, like, people who listen to the music, they be like, okay, I can relate to him, like, using drugs to numb, like, some type of emotional pain they're going through.
Some of the best music was created from crack cocaine. And I stand on that statement.
It's facts.
Speaking of drugs, did y'all know that Whitney Houston performed The Bodyguard, the best performance she ever done, high off of crack? She said in an interview, I was high.
we are really pulling Whitney Houston back into this podcast.
She performed I Will Always Love You flawlessly high. Okay. I heard like Rihanna. They even say Rihanna performs high. So
to brag on Whitney. How many times did she do that? Because she went from, what song did you say she performed?
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah, she went from that high to singing, what's her other song? That'd be all up in her lower register. No.
That's high register.
Look, Carnell's trying, okay?
Is it talking about the kids?
No.
Okay.
Strength. You my strength. Something.
You are my strength when I was weak.
I don't have the range.
That's Celine Dion. That's
Houston's
Celine Dion.
discography to.
Sorry,
you're talking about
I'll come
I
through
look
with
to
it, Dre.
you. I look to you. Whitney said, I looked to you. She looked down there and I was like, sis, what happened? That's what drugs do. Okay, let's just make sure that we look at the end. Okay.
That's about that song go like.
That's
R. Kelly.
Oh Lord, that's a whole another. That's for another podcast.
It's a song Whitney Houston song with like her best friend. I forgot her name.
Oh.
It's like her thing that set it off.
Our love is your love.
Is he talking about
I love that song. That's great.
I believe in you.
So tangents aside,
we got a Whitney tangent. It's okay.
Where do we draw the line? I'll even expand it outwards from hip hop. But where do we draw the line in music in general to where it becomes the artist's problem that they keep to themselves to the point where they're glorifying that? Where do we
I draw the line
artists,
promoting. So
yeah.
here's a good example. Molly.
I low-key drunk this too.
We all remember when that song happened.
Oh, the song.
Molly. What was that? Tiger.
You thought Molly was a person?
Who else was on that?
Molly
it was Tiger and
like Wiz Khalifa, I think.
I think so. Was it Tiger and Wiz?
I think
There was a few people on that song.
Where do we draw the line when it comes to music and drugs?
Because looking back at it, like I was just like, dang, that's crazy. Like they made a whole song about.
Like I mean, because there are times
Wait,
when.
what'd you say? Okay.
Like how do we determine when an artist goes from speaking their truth and speaking about their struggle and having people relate to them or glorifying that type of thing? I wouldn't say that people's glorifying it, but how do we make that distinction?
Oh God, make that distinction. That's up to that individual to make that distinction. I mean, honestly, I can tell when, you know, what's it called?
Keep going.
I'm like, man, you really is making some noise over there.
Popping the top on the
I was just like, well, I was gonna say, like I can say, Migos can talk about, I don't know what to say, they can talk about, smoking. Cocaine. Yeah, I don't want to say smoking weed because I do smoke weed.
Cocaine.
I want to say, rappers can talk about, smoking crack and all that other stuff. Like, I have to take mileage to feel good about myself and whatnot. I know that, I can feel the pain, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know what, if Trey Songz does crack, I'm going to do crack too. I know better. So, I just want to
First of all, Trey Songz does not do crack that we
we're
know
not putting falsehoods out in
that we know of. But I do know Chris Brown
rich
does
people
do crack.
definitely smoke cocaine.
Stop.
This is
not
facts.
smoking.
They're definitely cocaine, not crack. Same thing, just
They
different
snorted.
method.
Crack cocaine starts with a C.
But I mean,
I agree with Tyler that that's the artist's whole shebang because like they're gonna talk about it. If it's something that they like and that they enjoy doing and that they don't necessarily judge as wrong,
lifestyle.
then they're gonna talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people like currently who feel like, like I do cocaine and like that's just what I'm gonna do, and like they talk about it and they don't care, like, you know what I'm saying, where other people as whose families were like affected by that, you know what I'm saying, in a bad way might feel a way about them speaking about it like that, but it's like you gotta everybody's gonna do what they want, so like we can't just jump in and
just the smell of marijuana traumatizes her because of what she went through when she was younger. Yeah. And it's like, it's not like it's a bad drug, but it's just she correlates that with negative things going on.
When you try to police, like, what's it?
Oh, you're fired.
Look, that's my first time doing this podcast.
I think when
it
you
has to happen once every episode.
When you police, like, when you say, oh, you can't talk about drugs, like, you can't really do that because, it's not right. Then it's kind of policing
that's all
artistic expression.
But the question's not about policing artistic expression. It's more about the impact. Like, do we have a problem if let's say Drake starts hopping on songs and saying, hey, do crack cocaine, tell your mom to do crack cocaine, it's great.
Then if they start actually doing crack cocaine, start looking at Drake, start looking at these kids, why are they being so influenced to do crack cocaine?
Okay.
It's just like,
because you should be teaching
them not to
that
smoke
crack is whack. Like, what happened to that? Like,
That was in the Reagan administration.
Okay, I think that's kind of like, okay, that's blurry. What you said is kind of blurry because, like, you can't control the impact of the song.
Yeah.
Like, you
The
can't
parents
control
can.
the impact of the artist. Yeah, the only people who can
Parents can just
control
control
it
it.
is audience controls impact, audience controls reach of content, period. And so it's like you can market it like all you want or you can say what you want, but it's like how it gets out to people and how people choose to consume it, that's up to them. So it's like, yeah, it's not only up to the artist individually to choose what they speak on, but it's also up to consumers to like decide what they're going to tune into. And if you don't tune into it, then people will stop talking. Well, they probably won't stop talking about it, but they might talk about it less, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Because like some people, like alcohol has damaged so many people's lives, and people are not gonna stop singing about drinking. They're just not.
I got this drink in my cup. You just,
I got this.
We're legally drinking. Adults. Anyway.
Speaking of grown adults doing grown adult things, recently Kim Kardashian was being a grown adult, doing her grown adult thing at the Met Gala. Had a nice little corset dress, and her husband, Mr. Kanye West, had something to say about it.
Oh God, he gets on my freaking nerves. Excuse me, because I can't curse. I mean, I can curse, but I can't say F.
That was a good censorship.
You want to go in this on SiSi? Or
so context.
Oh yeah, for like people explain. Because I was really about to be like, if he was here, I'd shoot him.
That's a lot.
I don't think it's that deep, but okay.
So, during Sunday night's episode of Keeping Up with Kardashians, the couple bickered on the eve of the annual New York City-based event in May after Kanye expressed disapproval of Kim's corset, which he said was too sexy. In a quote from Kanye, he goes on to say, "I went through this transition where being a rapper, looking at all these girls and looking at my wife like, oh, my girl needs to be just like the other girls, showing their body off. I didn't realize that that was affecting my soul and my spirit as someone who is married and the father of now about to be 4 kids. A corset is a form of underwear. It's hot. For who, though?" Thoughts?
What? He said for who, though?
He's basically saying he has a problem with her going out in the dress that she had specifically made, and it took hella long to make the dress. He's saying that it was too sexy, and who are you wearing that for? And had a problem because now, after being a rapper for so long, he's a married man, he's a family man, so now he has an issue with it.
That's the thing. He's married. So, with me, I'm smell the insecurity going on. And I smell the misogyny going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just not cool, Kanye.
I would like to quote.
She a grown woman. Because if he wore something and she disapproved of it, what you think he gonna do?
He gonna go out.
He gonna wear that regardless. Exactly. Yeah. So you can't be policing what she wear either.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then to make a statement like that on national television,
and then walk out like
you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but
he said worse on national television.
Yeah, he said worse. I'm not surprised. This is true. But I'm like, damn.
Now, I would like to quote
back at it again,
Mr. West himself,
who
said, I'm probably messing up part of it, but
it's paraphrased.
Some Met Gucci, break records at Louis. My girl a superstar, all from a home movie. You were glorifying how your wife got famous, bro.
And you wifed her.
And you wifed her, and you even you took that, so and as you said, like, yeah, you bragged about it. You showed her body off even more. First of all, you changed up her whole look. Like, Kim used to be out here styling and profiling, and you changed up her whole look because of your brand. And now that she's dressing according to your brand and the way that she wants to, you have a problem with it. And it's like, you can't control everything. Like, the fact that, like, she tried to compromise by going with his ideas in the first place. And now you want her to change again. And I just feel like at this point she has a right. Like, even like in the stance of a marriage. Like, she has the right to say no. Like, she did what she wanted to do. Now you need to give her some freedom and some range. Like, you need to compromise on this. She gets to just, like, she gets to wear what she wants. At this point, like, oh well.
Honestly, the whole thing with Kanye gets on my nerves, and I understand he is reckless at the mouth, and because him and his best friend have the same issue.
Who was his best friend?
You talking about Trump? Okay.
Oh, the homie.
Talking about Jay-Z. I'm like,
oh yeah, I was gonna say
they're
Jay-Z kind of
they're not
quiet.
best friends anymore because Jay-Z's show no
they're
business.
not best friends. They're brothers.
You told him
Jay-Z.
you couldn't hang out.
No, Jay-Z has said that they're not friends, they're brothers. And brothers go through stuff, but they're still brothers at the end of the day.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's what he said.
So we're gonna fight David one day, but we're gonna still
If you put on a MAGA hat, I might have to disown you though. I'm not.
They
gonna-
not
damn well my black ass ain't gonna wear a MAGA hat. My gay
Hey,
ass.
black conservatives exist.
I'm not a conservative.
I just said they exist. I didn't say anything.
So you're gonna wear a MAGA hat?
That's kind of suspect, bro.
Point is, Mr. West,
wake up, Mr. West.
because everything I was gonna say, CC already done said it. I feel as though we all know how Kim Kardashian became famous. We all know it's out there.
Sex appeal.
Sex appeal, period. Like, it's sex appeal. Not even sex appeal. Pornography. It was pornography.
Why you say it like that?
It was something gone wrong.
Yeah,
It
let's say
wasn't
that.
supposed to be that, but
It was, let's just say, well, point being is that, I hate to say it, but she's known for her looks, her sex appeal, her body. And like that's what? Oh. What I'm trying to say is like that's not all who she is, but I'm saying like that's her brand.
You wanted her naked on the back of her body.
Exactly. That's her. Like that's who you painted her out to be.
So did.
It's just like
So did.
Excuse me. What the do you want from this lady?
There you go. You done passed
That's my
the
one.
limit.
That's my
No,
one.
you had another
30
one.
minutes. And remember that.
That's the second one.
So how should Kim proceed following these comments?
A nice old divorce.
Stop. No, somebody quoted the video earlier and was like, "Do I hear divorce papers?" I was like, "You guys are terrible."
Divorce
I am not
and then
planning-
child support.
I am not a divorce advocate, okay? And they have 3.5 kids, okay?
Johnny said,
Heck no.
cut that check.
Heck no.
For some reason,
I am
an
an advocate for therapy, okay? He probably is already at
Therapy.
infrequently going to therapy,
I was just
but
gonna say,
they
are
need
we-
to
are
go
we
to couples
past that?
therapy together so that they can just hash it out. Because I mean, I feel like the therapist is gonna tell Kanye like, you know, you're being unreasonable, and then they can just get past it because you know.
You can't tell him.
Follow-up question.
You can't tell
I
him.
am for one pro-divorce.
You can't
I'm not
tell
pro
me
divorce.
nothing.
Even
I'm
though
pro-
I'm a product of divorce,
Oh.
divorce kids gang.
This podcast got deep
I'm
real
so
quick.
sorry.
I'm just saying, if it's not
I
serving
feel
you,
like I shouldn't have laughed.
Right now, you had shaky
Hey,
face.
the best kids come out of divorce. If your parents are married, you lame. Period.
You know what? You know what's even greater?
Not gonna do.
Non-married parents. Gang. Anyways,
My parents are like legally separated, if that counts.
yeah,
They're still married. You lame.
anyways, the follow-up question:
Strong.
should a spouse have any input on what their significant other wears?
I think that's
If you ask.
Like, yeah.
There you go. She put it right. Like, if you ask,
From
like, does this make my butt look big?
Say that then.
Not at all. Try some other pants. Then yeah.
And just out of like courtessy, like
Yeah.
you know, if you like look like a biscuit in your shirt, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, babe, you look like a biscuit. You probably shouldn't wear this."
This goes into like what Fantasia and her boyfriend said.
I want to see
Some
this.
biscuit.
I want to see a representation. I want to see a visual representation.
I'm gonna be like,
I've
what
heard
you
of
mean I look
potato,
like a biscuit?
but I've never heard of biscuit. This is new.
Are you trying to tell me I'm fat?
Is there ever a point where it is justified to tell your spouse that you disagree with what they are wearing or how they are presenting themselves to the public?
Yes.
I don't know. I guess.
Like,
Depends on where you're going. You can't go to your PTA
because we know. Like because it's like,
but isn't that
it's kind of like when you
issue?
being a friend and you see your friend about to like you ever seen the people you like, damn, like who let you walk out the house like that, or like who?
But isn't that I feel like you're talking about stranger. Even then, that's even less their place. It's not the spouse's place at all either. But as a complete stranger, like
this is complicated.
You don't really
because.
And I'm also throwing in like the way you display
friend,
yourself.
Like, I'm gonna tell you if like. I'm like, I don't think that's the best idea. Like, I'm not gonna tell you not to wear nothing that you, because it's your decision. But I feel like I can give an opinion if I'm a friend, you know. But I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes, only because like people change. People like when you're with somebody for a long time, people change. People go through phases and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, somebody might have dressed one certain way most of their life, and like they might decide to try something new, and it might be like, whoa, a little extreme to you. Like, okay, like, all right, I don't know about all that, you know what I'm saying? So you might like make a comment, which you're entitled to, because like people change. That's not really what you signed up for necessarily, but if you knew what you were getting into from jump and now you changed and you want something different, it's not fair for you to make the other person change. Now, if you can deal with it, then you deal with it. If you can't, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But you can't make somebody else change because you're changing. Like, and that's what she said in the video too. She was like saying like, just because you're on this journey doesn't mean that I'm there with you. And I'm like, period, Kim. That's it.
That's on period.
I want my marriage to go better, and I want us to be on the
Plus, Kim Kardashian, she's becoming a lawyer.
She's not.
I really do think they're on.
Or no, is she?
She is.
But she is not. It's not law.
It's like a different program.
It's a different.
It's a program that prepares you for the bar.
Yeah, she's in the process of becoming
like
a
she's
lawyer.
kind of like
in the rich person way of becoming a lawyer.
Okay.
Is she like bypassing law school in a way?
Yeah.
No,
that's essentially it.
She's not bypassing law school
to practice law.
No. Well, what happens is like she gets a law firm to like kind of like. What's it called?
She
like
interns there?
Yeah, no, it's not interns. That law firm teaches her about the law, so they take her through the law school thing, like endorsing her. But they like teach her everything that a law school would. Like they make her do torts and all that other stuff.
So
like,
she gonna be able to practice law?
Yes.
Yeah. So and then so then the way she explained it, that if she passes, they prepare her for the bar exam, and once you pass the bar exam, you become you get your license to practice law.
How often?
So then she is bypassing law school, essentially.
Yeah, but she still has to go through 3 years of that training to like get.
So it's like a law. It's just like a different type of law school.
It's rich person tutoring.
Basically,
that's all it is.
You know what, SiSi? You're right. She is bypassing law school.
Well, it was David's.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoever said it was right.
Me.
You know what? If I was rich, I'll bypass.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm like, oh, so she's not going to school, basically, is what I'm hearing. Well, it sounds like she's just doing an internship and then taking the test.
But she's learning about the law.
Degree.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't really have to go to law school.
You really don't.
Law.
You just have to pass the
Honestly,
bar.
To a certain point, people didn't have to go to like law school to become lawyers. You just had to graduate from college with like a law degree, and then you just were a lawyer. So they did that so black people don't become laws.
So as the niggas started getting involved,
and then you gotta like, have a law school.
Just go take the exam and be like, Uncle, let's see what's up with this exam.
That exam is very expensive.
Oh, never mind.
But you can get a waiver. It's like, what, $150 to take the test?
I don't
know if that's that cheap.
But you get a waiver.
The damn ACT was like, what, $40-$50?
I don't know if it's that cheap, Tyler.
It's either $300 or $150. I'm going to find out soon.
We got off on a tangent.
Well, we've given a lot of opinions on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's situation, but now it's time to move into opinions that aren't exactly ours. Twitter opinions, and how they can influence your own. Tyler, would you like to take us away on this topic?
Yeah, I was really trying to be quiet now. I guess, okay. So, and this is something personally I've experienced myself, where I'll read an opinion on, Twitter. It'll be about something, maybe social justice. related. I don't know, like for example, it'll be about gay rights or gay marriage or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, whatever argument they have like against, you know, for it, I will use that and like it'll make sense. But I was thinking, like, what if it's like I always find myself saying like, okay, is this my opinion or is it, you know, somebody's?
Is it what they fed to you essentially?
Yeah. And I was just like, maybe I should go like Google stuff and like actually find my own information so I can make my own like opinion and draw my own conclusions. Because really, I go on Twitter and then like, you know, it'll talk about like some like feminist theory or something, like something about gender, and then you just be like, okay, that's what they said on Twitter, and then you go into the real world and say that same opinion, but that wasn't really your opinion.
Yeah.
That was someone else's. And so you're just like, well, damn, what do I have to bring to the table? So I was just like, you know, sometimes Twitter kind of it's an expression of ideas, but like sometimes people copy ideas and they just reiterate everything everybody else said.
That's the thing about Twitter. That's the thing about any social media is it's literally just a conversation with another person. Like, I can sit here and read a tweet from Johnny, or I can have a conversation with Johnny. He say the same thing. He could tell me some bullshit. Just because he puts it in a tweet don't make it true. That's why when I'm on Twitter and I hear like opinions that are like that I haven't heard from like a book or an article or something that, you know, makes it have some sort of credibility, I always take that with a grain of salt. Just because people can literally hop on there and talk whatever bullshit they want to talk, and people will hop under in the replies and say, yeah, of course, word, like, facts or some shit, you know, and it's just...
Twitter is an annoying place.
It's an annoying place, but also an enlightening place.
Here's another view with that. It's like Twitter helps you see different points of views, and then once you see a different point of view, it's just like it makes sense, and then it makes more sense than sometimes it makes more sense than your original point of view. Like the current situation with Mr. EmoBlackThot.
Oof, that irks me too.
At first, I was just like, well, I don't see a problem with it, but once I read more into it, I was just like,
you see the damage done.
I see what happened, you know.
Cause I didn't know he was like I knew he was pretending to be a black woman, but I didn't know he was like pretending to have a period and giving girls advice. I was just like,
apparently the account did belong to a black woman at a certain point in time, and she gave the account to him, and then he used the account to come out as himself to give himself more clout.
So at one point,
it was an actual.
It was a clout funnel.
Not a clout funnel.
Actually, I think that black woman, whoever she is, God bless her soul, she actually did the work as most black women do. So. Kudos to you.
EmoBlackThot. The real EmoBlackThot. Please stand up.
I really want to know who Sis is because, like...
She don't want to be known.
You know what? That's exactly. Keep it that way.
We know you. We appreciate you. But
Carnell, really your thoughts on Twitter opinions?
Shit. I really like EmoBlackThot.
Everybody got their own opinion. We just going to keep it at that. That's the point of Twitter. Communication. And I think that has been accomplished.
I've been on Twitter since I was... No, I'm not finna expose myself because Twitter might be listening. But...
It's like, say what?
Like, is that a satisfied customer right here?
Huh? Got you. Since I was like 13, the legal age you can join Twitter. Yes. And, but like, I don't know. It's just like, it's evolved over the years, but I think like, what David was saying, like, about, like, people having, like, their opinions and it just being opinions and you don't have to take it seriously versus, like, a book or, like, something else. The thing is, like, everything that exists either stems from or is a representation of someone's opinion. Like, even books, like, who's to say that we have to believe everything, like, we read in a book? And I love reading books, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to take everything to the great, like, I don't have to take everything seriously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, TV, everything, books, freaking podcasts, like, we're all
This is just a disclaimer. Anything that you hear on this podcast may or may not be true.
And it's not a representation of my employer.
It is not a representation of our employers, whoever that person may be who wants to give us money. Cha-ching. Anyway, continue.
That was another Twitter reference too. Shout out to
I've been on Twitter for 7 years.
But
I just haven't been using it.
Yeah, no. So it's just like, I mean, everything, you have to take everything and like think for yourself and really critically think. And like Johnny was saying, like, some things really do open up your perspective, and like I think that's like the value in the internet is being able to have all of this information like at the palm of our hands, and like social media is being able to exchange that so quickly. But at the same time, you know, think for yourself always.
Always think for yourself, because I've definitely been in class and somebody, you know, as a liberal arts person, you know, we always got to give our opinions and crap. I always hear something, I was like, that sounds like a Twitter post. Like, I would sit there and be like, that sounds like a Twitter post. Like, so I heard that on Twitter. I read that on Twitter.
Where'd you get that from?
It was just like, EmoBlackThot, is it you? It's her. Little did we know, it was Sierra all along.
Just in disguise. Well,
Shake my head.
It seems we have come to a standstill when it comes to the conversation about this generation's use of social media and the interwebs.
As we sit here on our phones.
I'm actually not.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need
not on my
girls
phone,
about
I'm on my
to get
laptop.
phones
I'm
banished
on my
off this podcast because. But speaking
Every time
of the
we
way,
have a podcast.
speaking
Okay, go
of the
ahead.
way that our generation uses things, let's also talk about the way our generation uses old movies and reboots them for new shit. How do we feel about the announcement
Correction. Go ahead, keep going.
of the Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Dr. Doolittle?
Okay, first, I don't think it's our generation.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not. It's people
older
before
people.
us trying to
I would love some new
milk that
content.
shit, but
I would love some new content. Dr. Doolittle is based off a book, but we know it's been done by, Eddie Murphy. I want Eddie Murphy back as Dr. Doolittle.
Before it was done by Eddie Murphy, it was done by a white guy back in the
For real?
80s. Yeah, I watched
the
it.
60s.
I'm so
The 60s, yeah, it was like way back in the day. Like it had the corny animation and everything. Like
I just know the black version.
Yeah, I want Kyla Pratt.
I miss Kyla Pratt.
What's she?
was she the daughter
Yeah, she's also the voice of Penny.
from
Proud
Proud Family?
Family.
What if we got Robert Downey Jr. in an interracial relationship and we got Kyla Pratt still as the daughter?
Depending on the time period this movie would be in, it would be highly inappropriate, and I really don't want to go there.
Wasn't Dr. Doolittle the Eddie Murphy one? Wasn't that in like present day?
Yeah, that was in present day, but this one is going to be in like the 1800s.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's going to be real old.
Maybe
And we know where black
Forbidden
people
Love.
were.
Forbidden Love.
It's like, he can really talk to animals. Look, he's talking to her. See, we don't need that.
I'm a stan.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Jesus.
I would pay money to watch that movie.
See, okay.
How that was?
Actually, I don't know if we can say hard R's on this show,
that?
but that's very in with the hard R-ish.
You know what we can? That's such.
Hold on,
There's
I'm gonna
such
press
fun-
you on this conversation. You just said you like originality, don't you?
I lack.
Does that not sound like an original movie?
It's innovative, but it's not original.
Okay, it's not original
problematic.
because it's a reboot.
It's
How is it problematic?
It can be
It's
original.
Explain that to me. How is it problematic?
How's it toxic, Johnny? Hold on, wait a minute.
Explain, please.
You know what?
A movie about a white man and a slave girl.
You never heard of Sally Hemings?
Did that
Nobody know who
did that
Sally
not happen in history?
Does nobody know?
I thought we was talking specifically about the part about
David, do you not know the history of white masters taking advantage of female black slaves?
Yes, I do. However, this is not a story of a black female slave being taken or abused by their slave master. This is the story of a white man. We didn't even say anything about him. We didn't say anything about Robert Downey Jr.
said
being.
about Sally Hemings. He thought
We didn't say anything about Robert Downey Jr. being a slave master. You're assuming things. You're inserting your own narrative.
Okay, sis, with the
Now
hand
you assuming
movement.
that-
Okay, get it together. Read me, sis.
But coonish tangent aside, how do we feel about movie reboots in general?
I think they should just stop. There's so much original content out there. You just do it.
So
Damn.
I already don't really watch movies, so the reboots come out. They're like, oh look, a movie.
But you know who I want to see a reboot of?
What?
There's this show that used to come on Jetix. It's called Witch. Y'all should redo that.
I thought you just said you wanted original content.
Ooh.
I know, but like if they gonna keep doing this little theme they got doing,
You like, as long as they doing it, give
at
us
least do some shit I like. So
I feel you on that. So, let's kind of dig into our minds a little bit, because I don't even have any on my mind at the moment. I'm kind of thinking, what movie reboots were too much?
What you mean?
Like when they came out, you were just like, why are they doing this?
Okay.
Lion
or
King.
like, yeah,
that was kind of
honestly all of this
pointless.
remakes at this
As
point.
much as I love Beyonce, pointless.
It's very pointless.
I really watched it. I was just like, this is the same. I was like, me and my sister was joking because we were sitting next to some little kids. I don't know if they saw it or not, because I feel like if you go to public school, they're going to show you the Lion King because they don't want to teach. So
I don't know if they do that no more.
I watched the Lion King at home.
In Broward County, they do. So I was like, I was like, hope they seen the original one, but like, the thing is, we were just joking. He was like, Mufasa dies in the end. She was like, how did you know? And I was just like, I read the book. It was like, it was a book. And we just kept lying because it was the same thing. Nothing changed. The only thing that was different was Beyonce.
Was Beyonce
and Childish Gambino?
Did you?
No, yeah,
was Beyonce?
Nala from the South.
Yes, you could tell when they was doing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight," she was holding back because Childish Gambino did not have the range.
Hey,
Donald Glover.
Don't play with Donald like that.
Donald Glover, sorry. Donald Glover didn't have the vocal range to compete with.
Hold on, stop. First of all, I felt like they could have balanced out their vocals. They just let Beyonce blow him out the water.
Stop playing with
Donald Glover.
Glover.
Disrespectful.
And
First of all, he did not get
playing with him.
Beyonce be doing all this other stuff, and the way that they normally do movies like that, you supposed to be in the studio together.
That's what I was like.
They were never in the studio together. So Donald didn't even get in my 6'9" voice. Donald didn't even get the chance. Okay, he didn't get the chance to be out here matching with Beyonce. Okay, because I'm pretty sure he's capable. Like,
when I first saw the trailer, and I was just like, "Oh, this is nice." I was just like, "Did they mix this though? Is this?"
They did. This is unmixed, unmastered.
I think Beyonce just recorded it on a voice memo and sent it off to us.
She was so loud, and I love my good sis, but she was loud
because she was recording the whole time. She was like, "I got my own album."
Because she had to drown out the cries of the baby in the background while she was recording it.
First of all, you gonna get off Roomy and sir.
You feel like damn, sing bitch, like yelling at us. It was like we can feel it, damn. But when they played Spirit at that one part when he was running back to Pirate Rock, I was just like, yes. I was like, Spirit. I felt motivation. I felt uplifted.
So, going still on the topic of movie reboots, what reboots do you not, with a capital not, want to see happen? Ooh, man.
It's already happening.
That's going to be...
Look, I don't want Mulan without I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oh, man.
I don't want a Beetlejuice remake, and they're going to do that.
Oh, they're definitely going to do that.
I haven't seen
so
Beetlejuice.
Like, they should leave all the nice 80 movies, like Back to the Future,
Yeah, I was
Indiana
just about
Jones,
to say Back to the Future.
Leave
They need
them
to
alone.
leave Back to the Future
Let
alone.
them be what they are. If you do remake it, I'm not watching it.
There was apparently a Space Jam reboot being like
with
in
LeBron
the works.
James?
Yeah, with LeBron.
Yeah, they need
Why?
I don't think LeBron can act.
Are they gonna do the Looney
He can't
Tunes?
either.
I mean,
Are they
Michael
gonna do-
Jordan
yeah,
didn't
Looney
act
Tunes.
either when they
Do
made
kids
Space
still
Jam.
watch the Looney Tunes?
If we being honest,
I think they have some spin-off shows,
I ain't seen
but
Space
I don't
Jam.
know.
You never saw
That's the
Space
thing.
Jam?
I ain't seen Space Jam since I was a
No,
child.
the acting in Space Jam wasn't the best it could have been.
It wasn't.
And that's because, like, they NBA players. Like,
Yeah.
you just threw them in a movie and expected them to act.
It was still a good movie, though.
It was a good movie, though. It was still
What
good.
it off?
It was a decent movie.
So, I mean, they could do it with LeBron, but it's like, don't expect that acting
What is
to
Michael
just,
Jordan doing?
you know.
Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Mike Jordan is off.
I think he's busy.
Doing what?
What are you talking about?
Being rich and, making
Talking
money
about-
off niggas buying shoes
He
every
makes-
year.
He had,
every
like,
month.
several different basketball camps and,
He out here.
just sitting around getting money.
This is what Tyler thinks about his spare time.
He's like, why hasn't Michael
is he
Jordan
thinking about
donated
it?
to us yet?
Why is he?
I'm just trying to get paid.
Why does he care about
We
it?
not the ones who gonna get that money, but
That's
that's a whole
another
other.
reboot that I don't want them to do. I don't know. I saw something that says something. I don't know, but this is something I just don't want them to do. I don't forget what it was. Oh well, but you know what I'm here for? Little Mermaid. I'm ready to see how that will turn out.
Oh, with
At
with
this
Halle
point,
Bailey.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna turn out
yeah.
like The Lion King with the exact same story, but maybe the mastering is gonna be
Oh yeah,
better
it's
this
definitely
time.
it's definitely gonna be the exact same
Man, you're not
story.
gonna be
Disney
upset.
plays us for
I love
suckers.
Little Mermaid, so I'm not
They think we're
upset about
stupid.
that.
See, I haven't seen the Little Mermaid.
Actually,
You haven't
it
seen
might
Little
be
Mermaid?
different.
I've seen it live. I saw it on.
No,
You
because
saw the Broadway version before you saw the actual movie?
yeah, because that's what I'm about to
That's
say. Because
crazy.
with Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah.
it was totally different from the cartoon. They did the Broadway version,
Oh, okay.
live action.
I watched that movie like
Because I
halfway
realized like
asleep,
there was
so I-
like a whole bunch of other songs that were not in the like actual
Yeah.
movie, and so I was just like, you know what? They might do the same thing with Little Mermaid. They might do the Broadway version because it's more intricate because they actually get the backstory of Ursula and whatnot.
Mhm.
So they might do the Broadway version, and if they do that, then it'll be very tasteful. It'll be long as hell, and people will get tired of the damn singing, but it'll be tasteful.
Okay.
Because Beauty and the Beast was kind of tasteful. It's just like Emma, what's her name? Emma Watson, she could have sang.
The Broadway version of Lion
auto-tuned
King was lovely.
okay.
I wish they had done that for the live action. I would have loved to hear Beyonce
Them
sing
animals
some
still would have looked trash. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, don't get me started on the animals.
That was actually going to be my next
Stuff
question.
made my ass.
Which movie reboots would you actually like to see?
I don't know. I don't watch movies.
Which TV show reboots would you actually like to see? We'll throw that in there too.
I only watched cartoons when I was little.
How many? What
What
cartoon
did you
reboots
watch?
would you actually like to see?
I don't know.
God damn it, Johnny, work with me.
I'm really stuck in the now. I don't know. I only watch things that I watch now. I don't,
Oh, they making Dumbo.
I've never seen Dumbo.
They already made Dumbo.
I
They
never-
did.
That's
It
been
did.
out.
Yeah, it's been out.
Do
It
sequels
was trash.
No wonder I
sequels
didn't know that it
count?
came out.
as a semi reboot?
If it's like an old movie, it's like a gap, then yeah, we'll count that.
Can you start remaking?
No,
stuff?
I just didn't like when they did the sequels to Stomp the Yard. Because the original was so great, and the other ones are just like...
Corny! Y'all ever saw the last,
Trying to collect one last check.
they made...
Somebody don't want another beat.
No,
This guy,
I was,
last
that was actually decent.
It was alright.
It was alright. I was
It wasn't
talking about
drama.
House Party. That last House Party movie was... There was too much shit going on. It was trash.
Show wise, I don't want them to redo.
Lost in Space was actually a movie.
Everybody Hates Chris. I feel like that's something that might.
Wait,
happen.
they was
Yeah, that
talking
shouldn't
about
be
doing
touched.
that?
Has that actually been talked about?
That should be
No.
left alone.
They
Yeah.
shouldn't
Leave that
reboot
alone.
Martin.
But I do
No.
want to know if he got into
Hell
college
no,
or
they
not.
should
Oh,
not do
they
that.
they have a Fresh Prince of Bel Air thing. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, they have something along the lines of like a series.
Oh, what y'all think
being
about
worked on.
the Proud Family?
I would actually be here for that.
It depends on how they like
If
continue
they do a
it.
live action, that would be nice.
That'd be
Ooh,
interesting.
I don't know about
A
the
live
live
action.
action.
Wow.
That would be cool. Okay, wait, no.
I don't know
Okay,
about
you
a
know
live
what?
action.
What reboot? Well, not it was a semi reboot, but like
Uh-huh.
sequel-ish type reboot that was done nicely. Is how they did Save. I think it's Saved by the
What
Bell.
are you talking about? No, I think you talking about Girl Meets World.
Yeah,
Oh,
girl,
Meets
Boy
World,
Meets
and
World,
then Girl
and they
Meets
made Girl
That was
Meets
good. I like
World.
Girl
That
Meets World.
they executed
Interesting.
that very nicely.
See, I like reboots like that where you like bring back the same characters and with
just a different
older,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
has to be
relatable.
done
Like with
intentionally.
what J.K. Rowling did with Harry Potter. God, I can't talk today. I'm drunk. What she did with Harry Potter with Lost Child. What was it called again? Something Child, but it was it was a play.
I know what you're talking about. I can't.
But she took, Harry Potter and his crew, they were adults, and the story just revolved around their children, which I thought was interesting. I was just like, if it becomes a movie, I would definitely watch it. But it's a play, and it only airs in fucking England. So,
the Cursed Child.
The Cursed Child, that's what it is. So,
That's your third F-bomb.
I'm excited for the Boondocks reboot.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, that one.
Sort of, but they
I'm
need
here
to
for
have
that one.
everybody. They need to have the original people on there.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't have all the original people on because one of them
I
passed.
think Grandpa needs to
True.
die.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
Chill out. Chill
No.
out. Get out. You know what? Get out.
Don't touch none of the. Don't
Go to
touch
bed.
Huey. Don't
Actually,
touch Riley. Don't
speaking
touch
of that-
Granddad.
Well,
Don't touch Jasmine either.
Can't believe you
I
said
love
that.
Jasmine. She's so
well, shoot. It's been how long? 10 years? Since the damn movie, another episode came out? Like a new episode came out?
Are you saying that? Wait, what are you saying?
What you trying to say?
Wait, who was Uncle Ruckus? Charlie Murphy.
He can die.
Stop.
No, not Uncle Ruckus either.
We need this.
Who died? Who are you saying?
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy played.
Charlie Murphy was
Who?
He was one of the.
Oh, he was the white guy.
Yeah, it was either Jeremy or.
He wasn't a recurring character though. So.
Yeah.
I want to say I saw a gender version of that and I thought it was like beautiful.
I want Stink Cleaner to come back from the dead.
You never know. I saw a picture of it.
Yeah. I think that'd be interesting as fan art, but
because
I don't know,
like it was a grandmother and the two girls. I was just like it was like the Boondocks. It was like fan art, and so they did like the grandpa. It was grandma.
So
and she had,
granddad, it's grandma.
And yeah, it was grandma and like with two girls. I was just like, oh my god, that's cool.
Maybe it's like a single episode and it's just like parallel.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I
they could touch on some interesting topics because especially if they have Aaron McGruder back and he's still doing like his same keeping up the standard, which I mean.
I'm not saying like have them the whole thing be gender, but I'm just saying like one episode. That'd be interesting.
But
that was a cash grab season.
Oh yeah. Well, guys, it's been cool.
Are we in the rapid fire?
It's been fun.
Shout out to everybody. It's been fun.
Are we in the rapid fire?
It's been nice, but
it's been real.
I gotta say it's getting kind of late. It looks like it's about 1/2 rapid fire news hour. Yeah, insert those horns.
We still don't have a soundboard.
Boom, 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 boom.
No, we don't. We're gonna work.
I'm the soundboard.
He is the soundboard. Trippy Red thinks Young Boy Never Broke Again is Tupac Shakur.
Who?
Huh?
Alright, this is the wrong headline
next
for
question.
you,
What kind of weed?
What kind of weed?
like literally Tupac Shakur or like the next Tupac Shakur?
Next topic, either way.
I have so many questions.
So I said, what type of weed?
Not gonna play with y'all.
Are you? Is that crack? Is that crack that you smoke?
It says, here is an excerpt from the article. On Monday, the 2018 XXL freshman hopped on Instagram Live to proclaim that fellow rapper NBA Youngboy, they put it backwards as his like technical rap name, but yeah, Youngboy Never Broke Again, is Tupac Shakur.
Wow,
and his quote is, believe or not, love or hate me, Youngboy is Tupac, man.
Okay.
Did you say love me or hate me?
love me or hate me.
I'm calling the police.
This is Trippy Red.
Because I love him.
So,
is Trippy Red a man?
Yeah.
What?
Why? What does that have to do with it?
I don't know.
If Tupac still out, would he be like in his...
Maybe he's saying reincarnated or something.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that's exactly what he means.
I wish he had said it like that.
I don't think Tupac's dead, but that's another conversation. Next for the Conspiracy Theory podcast.
Oh, there's a whole conspiracy behind that. There's like 3 different conspiracies about Tupac.
People think that Freddie Gibbs is Tupac.
Okay.
And he came back to be something. Because Freddie Gibbs the one who played him.
That
was Demetrius.
So who's Freddie Gibbs?
Freddie,
I think.
Freddie Gibbs.
Tyler the Creator says Eminem picks the worst beats ever.
Huh?
I've heard that from other rappers. So.
Wait, he said what?
Tyler the Creator says Eminem picks the worst beats ever.
He's just trying to be different. Leave him alone.
Were they talking about Eminem though, or were they talking about
Why y'all got
They're talking about
name in your mouth? Like,
no, not him. I think people have said that about Nas
About
as
Nas?
well.
Really?
They said that he doesn't pick great beats, but he can rap.
And I mean, if you can pick a beat that...
I wouldn't say I disagree with that, but...
Because you as an artist...
That's why they were talking about his album.
That not everybody would pick, and you just go dumb on it.
That shows skill.
Like, let's be honest, Rap God wasn't that good of a beat.
If it's bad, it's a bad
It's bad. It just makes a bad song. You can have a good verse, but a bad song, but... I guess it comes down to ear. Like, you can have a bad ear. And
y'all really
I don't know. All of the Eminem songs that I've listened to, which I'm not, like, a stan, so...
You think when he heard Lose Yourself, he was like, oh, yeah, this the one. Like, no.
But he made it the one.
He made it the one, exactly.
So we got to give him credit on some of these songs.
I mean, if the baby can make songs off the beat, you know, he can make hits off the
Scooby-Doo Chase music beats.
Yeah, the Scooby-Doo Chase music. That's my opinion on it.
Offset gives Cardi B a Titanic heart-shaped diamond ring for her 27th birthday.
Yeah, okay, we get it. You sorry.
Y'all rich.
I want a diamond ring.
Okay.
I want to get iced out.
Find a rich nigga to cheat on you.
David, you make me
sick.
And that's a
Am I wrong?
quote. Moving on.
Am I wrong?
Honestly,
You know what she tweeted today? No, what? Never mind. I'm not gonna.
What did she tweet? I didn't see it.
I saw it.
Seen it.
She said, someone was like, I don't know why Cardi B stays with that nigga, and then she actually replied, she's like, cause his dick is fat. I'm like,
Wow.
what the fuck? Twitter ain't need to know that.
We are in a generation of love, people.
And
of penis.
A generation of love.
We live in
If
a
that's what
generation
you wanna
of
call it.
not being in love. How did the rest of it go?
I don't know.
I really don't care about Cardi B and Offset. They rich, they got money. They gonna do they want.
Sure.
You gotta ring. Well, how much that ring cost? She could pawn that ring and pay all of our tuition. And y'all don't even. It's just done deal. By 20 cars.
We live in a generation of not being in love and not being together. But we sure make you feel like we're together because we're scared to see each other with somebody else.
But that's not the situation.
Okay,
She
Drake.
saw him with somebody else.
She
And they're
did.
still together.
I know, I just want to finish the lyrics.
I thought she was actually gonna get a divorce.
I thought so too. I was Team Cardi. I was cheering her on.
Me too.
We thought Beyonce was gonna get a divorce, but here we are.
Therapy works.
Therapy does work.
You know what else works?
Divorce.
I thought you worked for divorce. Hey!
Listen. Sometimes there's boundaries.
I was about to say like I'm for divorce. If leave that nigga down. Period. That's all I gotta say.
No, there's
But
a certain circumstance.
He bought her a diamond ring.
Leave that nigga.
If he cheats on you 7 different times with 7 different women
What if he buys you 7
and has
different
7
diamond
different
rings?
kids? I love you, Dad, but leave that nigga.
But leave that nigga. Put that on a t-shirt. Leave that nigga. Like, what's the other show? I don't know what it's called, but they like break up with him. Mine is leave that nigga. Fuck.
Black China and Tyga reunite for their son's birthday.
It's nice that they can co-parent.
I don't even think they broke up.
Great.
And that bang wig. That's the same wig she wore in freaking Monster.
Not cute to
when
me
she
right now,
threatened
but
Nicki
whatever.
Minaj.
Best believe before I have a
Silk
baby
press?
with anybody.
I think he has these little braids. I don't like the way that looks.
She
He
brought back her
has a
stripper
large
wig.
head.
I just
Your head
realized
is
that.
too big for you to be trying all these styles that all these other little dudes are trying, boo. It's not cute on you. Let's not.
They
We know the other podcast.
You know,
He
you see
doesn't
the
have a
picture when she
chin
had the
either.
bangs? I remember that
I'm not
wig.
talking about China. I'm talking about Tyga.
Oh.
Now China got a big head too. They baby got a big head too.
This is off topic.
That's why she was wearing that wig.
Wait, no, their baby's not Dream. Dream is Rob's baby. The other baby, what's his name?
King.
King. King has a large forehead, just like his father.
As SiSi points the bottle in G Tyler's face, he has a large head.
And yeah, they definitely did that to that child. They can't even take that.
He can't take that head back.
Can't.
You think parents be looking at their kids and be like, damn, I really fucked you up.
But King is kind of growing into his head, and his hair is cute. Shout out to King. All right.
It's
Be
never
out here.
We don't
Dream
blame the
also has a
children. We
larger
don't
head
blame
too.
the
But
parents.
I think it's just China got a big head. Her kids gonna have big heads. It's
I'm
okay.
still mad that she brought back her stripper weave. That's the same way she stripped in. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just
No,
saying.
my favorite
that
China
was
video right now. She said, "Cut the cameras."
Cut the cameras.
Dead ass. Period. Did you not hear what I said the first time?
I'm still a fan of So Rocky.
So Rocky. But it's get the fuck.
ASAP.
I'm a total fan of Tokyo Tony.
No, I am a total
she is-
anti-fan.
I thought she was against everything toxic. She is the embodiment of
She is
toxicity.
toxic, but that bitch is funny.
Toxic.
God, she's
You know what you do? You know what you do when you're a toxic, terrible parent to your celebrity star? You give him a diamond ring. It makes it all better. Well, guys,
I'm weak at this.
it seems
Sorry
we're out
to
of
this
time. Say your
to this
goodbyes.
And we come to the end of the road.
Altos, I can't hear you.
Sierra's eyebrows are raised.
It'd be like that in the choir.